Welcome back, everybody. Our next guest shot to stardom playing Aladdin in Disney's live-action remake, but acting isn't the only thing he does. He loves traveling, he loves vegan food, and he's combined both passions in his new cookbook, Evolving Vegan. Joining us all the way from California is Canadian actor Mena Massoud. Hello, Mena.
Hey, thanks for having me. How you doing?
We're doing well. We're so excited to be seeing you today and to hear more about your cookbook. But let's start with this, because I feel like veganism is one of those things that people get very passionate about. You know, they get outspoken about it. They have judgments, and you have to follow all of these strict rules, which is why you've chosen to embrace the philosophy of evolving vegan. What does that mean exactly?
You know, I started my company, Evolving Vegan, a couple years ago, and I wanted to choose a name that people easily identified with. But like you said, it can be perceived as a very judgmental way of eating, a very judgmental place. So Evolving Vegan basically means that as long as you are moving towards more plant-based eating and more conscientious living for our environment, then you're on the right track. So, you know, if you're implementing Meatless Mondays, that's great. If you're taking out milk and cream out of your coffee and replacing that with a plant alternative, that's great. Anything that you can do helps the environment.
Love it.
So, Mena, confession, I am a meat lover. However, I have been thinking more about the environment, and since the start of the pandemic, I introduced Meatless Mondays. So I'm on about week 23.
Nice.
Week 23 of Meatless Mondays, and it's great, but I'm running out of ideas. So can you give me some suggestions?
Yeah, I mean, listen, in the book, we've got over 80 recipes, so you'll have plenty to choose from. But a fun one that you can do with your kids is a flautas recipe, a jackfruit flautas. Flautas are basically rolled up tacos that you deep fry. And so if you fill that with jackfruit, it's absolutely delicious. That's in the book. Another one that I grew up eating is the one that I'm going to show you today. It's called mahshi. It's an Egyptian dish, and it's like cabbage rolls, but we take it to another level. We add a couple of more things to that. So those are really two good ones that you can definitely add to your repertoire, but there's many more in the book as well.
You were actually born in Cairo before your family moved to Toronto when you were 3. What were some of the traditional Egyptian dishes you grew up eating in your pre-COVID, or not pre-COVID, yes, and also pre-vegan, pre-vegan childhood?
Yeah, I mean, Egyptians don't waste food at all. So I grew up eating every part of an animal that you can think of. I mean, I ate, traditional meat and chicken and things like that, but I also ate intestines, liver, kidney, cow hooves, yeah, anything you can think of. I grew up eating. So I was giving up a lot when I went vegan, not just meat.
Now, you mentioned just a while ago mahshi, which is one of your favorite childhood dishes, and you've included your mother's recipe. And I love that you compared it to cabbage rolls, you said, because my husband is Polish, so he lives off of cabbage rolls. So can you explain how, tell us what's in it.
Basically, there are cabbage rolls. We make them a little smaller, though. I know the Polish and Russians tend to make them a little bigger, so you can see them here finished. Let me bring it around so you can actually see it. So they're a little smaller, but then there's also these grape leaves. A lot of people have grape leaves cold. We have them hot in Egypt. And then this is a stuffed mini eggplant as well. So basically with the stuffing, you can stuff any vegetable that you want. But it's a very simple rice mixture that you make. You add in a little bit of parsley, cilantro, jalapeno, tomato paste. That's your rice mixture. And then to streamline the process, I like to you can buy jarred cabbage rolls now. It makes it really easy. You just rinse them really well, along with the grape leaves. Again, you can buy these from any ethnic food store. And then the eggplant. But what you have to do with the eggplant, which is the fun part, is you have to remove the insides of the eggplant. So please be careful when you're doing that. But basically, you remove the insides and you stuff it with rice, and then you cook all of them together. And it's just a really good way to get your vegetables in. It's delicious. It's satisfying because of the rice. So it's one of my favorites from my mom's and her recipes in the book.
Oh, that looks so good. Now, I feel like your cookbook is a little different than the typical sort because you have recipes from your mom, you have your own recipes, and you also have this travel element to it where you include recipes from some of your favorite restaurants from around North America. But here's the thing, I have a feeling chefs would be maybe a little reticent to just hand over their famous recipes. So what was your trick? How did you get them to do that?
No trick, just a lot of trial and error. You know, we did visit some restaurants. We even did some IGTV episodes that you can find on Instagram at Evolving Vegan. And some of them, even after going through that whole process, like you said, just didn't want to give us the recipes, so they never made it into the book. But so some chefs did. I guess it's great. It's a great marketing tool. It's a great way for the recipes to live on, and some didn't. So thankfully, a lot of them did, and those are in the book. And yeah, I'm very grateful to the ones who did.
Hey, so Mena, COVID has really grounded all of us, and I don't mean like making us more relatable. I mean actual grounding us. We can't travel.
Maybe some of us.
Yeah.
We can't travel because of COVID, and for you, that's a big deal because you really do have a wandering, restless heart. So how have you been filling that void?
I've never had my heart described that way, but I'll take it. I'll remember that, Lainey. You know, I've been focusing a lot on my production company. We're going into development on a few different projects, so I've been focusing on that. Obviously, the industry is completely shut down. So I've been doing that and really focusing on the book and promoting the book as well. So that's really what I've been doing on shutdown. I've taken a next step to my fitness as well. I'm actually going to be releasing a YouTube series based on basically my fitness adventure that I went on during COVID. So I've really been just trying to keep busy and stay healthy.
Mena, you've always been outspoken calling for more diversity in film and television, and you even started the Ethnically Diverse Artists Foundation with the goal of helping diverse Canadian talent break into the industry. Now, with everything that's been going on, do you believe real change is on the horizon? Are you hopeful?
Yeah, definitely. I'm hopeful. You know, this year has been quite a year, obviously, for a multitude of reasons. But things aren't clear right now because the entertainment industry shut down. There's not a lot of castings happening, not a lot of filming happening as well. So it's hard to tell if we're still moving in the right direction. I know, you know, that for the Black African American community, there has always been progress in Hollywood, and I think there will continue to be progress. But for other ethnicities and other visibly ethnic artists, I think that's yet to be seen. You know, we'll see what happens when things start back up.
Well, things are sort of still on pause, but we have to say Aladdin was a huge box office success. And typically in Hollywood, when you have one success, they're looking for more. There have been rumors about a sequel. Can you tell us anything about that?
I know they've brought on a couple of really good writers, reputable writers to write the script for the sequel. But that's as far as I know. I don't know if COVID helped that situation or hindered it. I can only imagine that with all the time they had, hopefully they're, you know, deep into writing the sequel. But that's really all the info I have.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mena, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day in Toronto.
And remember, for everyone watching, if you want to make Mama Massoud's mashi, head to our website where you'll find the recipe. And don't forget, Evolving Vegan is on bookshelves now, and we'll be right back.